Well, hi guys, welcome to Bajerski Crystal Channel. It's a beautiful day to talk about a very special crystal combination. You're all probably wondering why I'm always doing more combos with crystals than anything else at the moment. I think there are certain moments in life where you start to feel a little bit different, and from wearing one crystal, which is an amazing thing per day, different crystals. Wearing two crystals for me, or three crystals at once, seems to have a really powerful effect at this moment. I don't know why. I can't explain it, but all I can tell you is that the more crystals I wear, the more powerful the energy is around me. It makes sense to understand that if you've got 4 or 5 crystals, different crystals in your pocket, that the energy is working in different ways because each crystal has its own uniqueness. But it doesn't mean that, oh, well, I need 10 crystals around my neck for it to work. No, but just at this moment, I don't know why, but I'm really into crystal combinations. The MOLDAVITE trios for me are incredible. I can't express the energy and the feelings and the work that's going on as you wear it. It's incredible. That I know. MOLDAVITE and Tektite duos are incredible. MOLDAVITE and Herkimer together, incredible. But I'd like to introduce you today to a very special combination I love very much. I've just managed to get these and work on them, and now they're ready. They should be uploaded on my website in the next few hours or tomorrow maybe. But yeah, I want to introduce you to this because it's a great combination, and there are reasons why I'm going to share this crystal with you today and give you hopefully 1 or 2 stories of why it's worked so well and why I've put these two together. So let me introduce you to the most beautiful clear quartz, and of course MOLDAVITE. Isn't that beautiful? And the combination is incredible. Let me take it off. First of all, what we have is a very beautiful clear quartz pointer. It has some clouds inside, which is really beautiful as well. I love the cloud formation, the crystal formation inside. The MOLDAVITE is hanging somewhat midway, but it doesn't really matter whether it's higher or lower. This one, I just love this one. It's just beautiful for me. But the MOLDAVITE, when coupled with the clear quartz, has a great energy for clearing headaches, sharp pains in the head, if you suffer with stroke, if you suffer with blankness, if you suffer with dementia or loss of memory, if you've had a head accident, this crystal combination really starts to work on the head. And what I love doing with this crystal, and this is why it's so beautiful, I use the pointer as a healing point, and as I hold the crystal, whether it's higher or lower, the crystal MOLDAVITE, I will put my finger on, which Ajahn quite beautifully talked about in one of the last videos about mala beads. This finger being the pointing finger, but is also the most powerful finger in the world. And funny enough, whenever I'm working with either the duo or the trio crystals, I'll always put this finger on which particular crystal I want to work with at the same time. So as you can see clearly here, if I'm working with this crystal, I'm holding it in these two, the thumb and this finger, and this one would be here. So this is how I'd work. And if you look, if you watch as a pure energy healer, sometimes we'll work like this, and we waken and bring out the power within you with these 3 fingers. It's not a set motion, it's not part of the pure energy healing program, but it is something that I've noticed with many healers when we're what we call clearing or opening the power points you would call chakras. So this is one of the movements. Here's another one too. That's another movement a lot of people use. and this one too. So it's funny how the natural flow wants me to grab this like this and then start work on your third eye, your temples, your crown chakra, and so on. You can work around the body and eyes. Okay, a lot of the times when you're working with the eyes, you're healing the stress which comes from here. So whenever you're holding on to heavy energy, heavy stress, it affects the eyes. You clear the eyes, you work on the eyes and clear the eyes, you then clear the head, the suffering, the cloud, the loss of memory, the worry, the fear, all of these things that cause us to have those words that we use as dementia and all these things. It's an interesting crystal combination. The reason why is because MOLDAVITE enhances, has an energy to enhance the clear quartz, but I also believe that clear quartz also has the same effect, slightly different, but it also enhances the MOLDAVITE. So it's the combination is of two friends working together, and I believe that the energy of the MOLDAVITE, which flows through this beautiful pointer, makes a massive difference to your energy. So when you wear this crystal, if I'm working on a spiritual, psychic, any kind of intuitive way, I go higher. Okay, I always go higher. If I'm working on more of a lower energy vibration, if I'm just generally walking through the day, getting on with life, if I'm having to cope with people from day to day, if I'm trying to understand what I'm doing with my life, with people who are around me, trying to understand them, it goes lower down. Okay, now I'm doing a different kind of work. If I'm struggling with any kind of blocks, writer's blocks, a block of inspiration, a block of who I am, where I'm going, what I'm doing, you can either bring up or down, because that energy will help. So here's what I would suggest. Wear it one day high, wear it one day low, and see how that day has taken shape. Has it been a positive day, or has it been more of a raw, difficult day? So if your feelings is, wow, it's been a real challenging day, and you've had it lower down, the next day, put it up here and see what that day felt like. So it's almost like you're doing a scientific study of the crystal and where it is, and does it make a difference? Now you would say, well, from day to day, your day-to-day changes. Well, it does, but maybe the change could be the crystal. Maybe not, maybe so. I believe it is 100%, or else I would never talk about crystals and I wouldn't suggest you buy them. Crystals work in a unique way, and they certainly work for you. However, the most important thing that most of us forget is that we are watching videos, reading books, and we are following the guides of people who have suggested ideas, and they've worked for them but may not work for you. So it makes more sense to listen to your own gut feeling, and even if you don't have a gut feeling, then make the changes. Study by putting it different places, putting it in your pocket, leaving it by the bed, leave it by the side of your bed. Move it around, hold it in your hand through the day, and so on. By doing this, you'll start to feel, oh, this works, oh, this works. And if it doesn't, you'll know that, well, today never really made much of a difference, so let me try it another way. And sometimes, not always, this isn't set in stone, by the way. You leave a crystal around your neck, it will always work anyway because it's blasting out an energy. But I'm trying to help you fine-tune working with crystals. That's what I've always done, and a crystal healer fine-tunes, and that's all practice. Practice makes perfect. You will always hear me say that in a pure energy healing course. Guys, practice makes perfect. You can spend 4 days with me and become a practitioner of pure energy healing, but that's when it actually truly starts. You've got to go out there now and practice, practice, practice. The more you practice, the greater master you become, and that's what it's all about. Crystals are there as a tool to help you, strengthen you, and awaken you. and you can also help strengthen and awaken people. Cleansing, clearing, healing is what crystals do. They are incredible. And when you put together like MOLDAVITE and clear quartz, you have such a dynamic energy. There is so much more for me to talk about with this duo, and I will give you a few instances. I remember when I first had a very beautiful piece of quartz given to me by a very nice man. This quartz was kind of wrapped in leather and had a MOLDAVITE, and it was many years ago. And I'm not into leather, didn't like the leather, so I took the leather off and placed them together. And how I did that was I used wire, and I cleverly wrapped like a very unusual cone shape and put the MOLDAVITE in there and wrapped it tight and glued it. Glue never affects anything. Don't ever believe glue affects anything. It doesn't. Crystals are far too powerful for glue to affect it. So I used a special glue for crystal and put it all together, and it sat really nicely. I remember one of my first 2 or 3 clients who were probably mid-30s. They were going through traumatic pain and suffering through the loss of a child. My first 2 clients who came when I got it ready. And I remember it was funny because the first 2 clients had gone through the same thing. So it was really bizarre because I was sat giving a read and saying practically the same thing. And that's not what I ever do, because each reading is completely different. But because of the circumstance was so similar, I was giving this read. But what I found was I had this crystal and I gave it to them instantly as I was giving a read, and they would hold it in their hand. What I found was that they were letting go and reconnecting to the love of the child. And the child that they had to let go of was very similar in nature. So they lost their child only a few weeks, and it just happened. It wasn't anything untowards or whatever. They just lost. It just happened. It was a natural thing. So I instantly put this crystal into both their hands, and one after the other, and the release, the clarity, and the connection to that child was really profound, really profound. What I found is a lot of beautiful women and men do after the loss of a child. They never ever forget. And through the years, they would always wonder what their child would have looked like, and that's a normal process. And sometimes, if you really, really try and close your eyes and go into meditation and speak to your child who was only here for a few days, few hours, few weeks, you can sometimes see them. You can feel them and see them and what they look like. And many people have told me that they've dreamt of their child, and it's fascinating. It's beautiful how they present themselves to us. So what I used to do, I used to say, it was a feeling that I got that I saw them on the beach when I closed my eyes and they were holding this pendant, and I would put my hands over their hands and feel their energy and then say, I want you to go down to the beach or to the nearest water flow, whether it be a river or just a little flowway of a stream, and I want you to walk along the beach or any of these places and look down, and soon as you feel a pull towards a stone, I want you to bend down and pick that stone up. I want you to just close your eyes and just listen to their name. Soon as you receive the name, you then go home and paint your child's name on the stone and reconnect with your child and put that stone next to your bedside, and that will be your connection. And that was when I first started. I didn't have many crystals, but then after that, I would do the same thing with a crystal. I would ask my client to choose a crystal and then hold it and give me the name of your child in spirit. And they would cry and they would give me the name straight away and not know where it came from. And then they would write it down and then they would reconnect. This crystal combination is an amazing connection to the spirit world. If you have lost a child, it helps you reconnect. So that's another thing, how this crystal works really well. The other thing is, if you believe in the spirit world and you struggle to connect to the spirit world, this is a perfect combination. A perfect combination to help you connect to the voices, to the smells, to the love, to the kindness, to our family and spirit world. This helps. If you are in a place of struggle, if your mind is all over the place, you don't know what to do, if you just are in complete confusion, this combination will heal you. It will help you. It will clear away and help you see more clearly. This crystal is one of my favorite crystals for the connection of your higher self to the connection of the veil between the two worlds. And I guess that's it. There's a few other things that I could talk about this crystal but I think it's good that you take these two crystals and let me know how it feels and what was the most profound what you felt with this crystal when working with it. Let us know underneath here, because it's always good to hear different perspectives of these two crystals coming together. I think that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video today. I hope it serves you well, and I always hope that when I give you information, that it's not just about the crystal, but it's also about everything else that I've seen when working with crystals. I hope you feel the truth within these videos, and I hope they serve you well. I hope they help you in many different ways, and I truly hope that every crystal, like this beautiful one that I've worked with here, I hope that when you do hold it, that it makes a difference in your life or somebody that you love. And that's ultimately what's important to me. Even if you don't buy from my website, go down to your local gem store, support them, ask them for a clear quartz and a MOLDAVITE. It doesn't have to be massive, and get them together, and maybe go to a jeweler's that ask them to put them together and work with them and tell me what you feel. That's really important to me. Okay, from my heart to your heart, have a great day. See you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, whatever you're doing. And remember, you are the most powerful crystal in this world. Never forget that. Take care, guys.